heroes, villains alike, to Pick Your Poison presents Roguelike Rumbles in association with the Roguelike Tavern. For those of you tuning in, this is the session 0 of the event that is going to be occurring next Wednesday on April 26th, I believe, wherein these 4 travelers from locales, both distant and local, will be fighting to the death and then to the undeath as they get revived after the roguelike roguelike arena sorcerers revive everyone. Now, we are going to start by introducing everyone's characters. So, will anyone just tell me what they rolled on their D20 roll?
I rolled a lovely 7.
7, perfect.
Okay.
So nice.
I got a
Big-
10.
I also got a 10.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
little mystery there.
I
And then
rolled
last-
9.
9. We're starting off with some great rolls, everybody. This is going to be a heck of a bout. All right, get them all out now. Get them all out now.
Precisely.
It'll be great. But while we get out all our bad rolls, let us dive into the world of Las Asimas, a beautiful metropolitan with mountains to the north, desert to the east, ocean to the west, underdark to the below, and sky cloud islands to the above. We take you on a beautiful day in Las Asimas, of course, because the weather sorcerers that are employed by the government make sure that it's a beautiful day every day in Las Asimas. We take you to a arid place, very sparse in vegetation, and though it is early morning, you see as this character walks through the dusty streets, the light turns amber, as if they themselves inspire the eternal sunset. Unfortunately, it's not you, Genevieve. As spurs clink against the road, you see people shuffle indoors as a newcomer, a stranger, walks in. Though the more precocious children you can see peeking through the curtains of their windows or peeking through alleyways at Gabe. Will you please introduce your character?
Teague Reyes is a Shatterkai, sort of a pale elf, a wizard and bard, multi-class. More bard than wizard, of course, but a wizard where it counts. You see, this man is one for telling stories, telling tales, poems specifically, of great men, women, and others who have come and gone, and is happy to tell a tale for any who might have passed his way this morning, and would really like to make a name for himself in this here industry and this here town.
Now, Teague, you, of course, are on your way to the Roguelike Rumbles, having received an invitation that you applied for who knows how many times in the past.
Several.
Several, of course.
Several.
How are you making your way? Is there any special transport that you're using, or are you just walking along the dusty road?
I think Teague likes to take his time walking down any dusty road he can, just going nowhere in a hurry, but when he gets there, that's where he'll be.
Amazing. Can you give me a D20 just to see how your travels fare you?
That's a 12.
A 12? It's a long, and again, it's a beautiful day, but it is a hot day in Las Asimas. Of course, Teague is no stranger to the heat. So you're walking along, your wide brim hat is shading
fanning
you.
himself with,
You got the fan, and you are being shaded, but by the time you get to the Roguelike Rumbles, it is most definitely, you got some pit sweat going on, and a healthy coating of sweat, as you might say, for what describes a job well done better than a nice sheen along one's skin, right?
Oh, couldn't have said it better myself.
And you approach that door and walk inside, and we travel now to right below where the Roguelike Rumbles is, where the Roguelike Tavern resides, below in terms of geological standpoints, but above in terms of altitude standpoints. As we approach the misty mountains, you don't hear much except a swallow's call every now and then as we zoom in to one of the many monasteries that dot this plain, or not plain, this mountain range, of course. And Omar, will you please introduce your character for us?
Absolutely. You see a medium-sized humanoid bird, a kenku, and this is Shiffle. Shiffle is sitting cross-legged, taking in that late morning air.
Nice. And Shiffle knows, of course, that this is not just any day. This is the day of recruitment. So Shiffle, along with many other monks of the monastery, are taking a moment for themselves before the great monk Kenneth Gualtro walks out, and one by one blesses each of these monks and gets to you, Shiffle, and says, "Shiffle, are you ready?"
No, I would say I was born ready, but that would be inaccurate. But after a good amount of training, thanks to you, I would say that I am absolutely very ready to spread the good word of my essential oils.
I love that. I love that for you. She cups your feathered hands in hers and says, "And remember, don't come back unless you have 35 signatures."
Of course.
Are we understood?
Of course, I wouldn't dream. I wouldn't dream of the disgrace. Of course. Thank you.
And she blesses you, sends you out on your way, and you look behind you as you walk down the stairs as the mist once again shrouds the hidden monastery that you've spent many years in. This is probably your first time out in a very long while. How is Shiffle making his way to the Roguelike Tavern?
Shiffle is going to follow in the path of his sort of mentor, of allowing nature to guide you, following your instinct, following your gut. That will get him a couple feet down the hill, and then he will just kind of call out for help, and then eventually pull out like some communication device and call a vehicle.
All right, give me a d20 roll
Okay,
on that.
great.
See, first of all, service-wise, if there's any service on your sending stone, or...
Here we go. Come on, big money, big money. Okay, a 3.
A 3. You call out both mentally, physically, spiritually. You receive no answer. You see, the world has chosen in this moment to be silent. Not even the swallow that was whispering its way on the misty morning breeze answers your beck and call. You see, you have no service, unfortunately, and you are forced to then walk down the many, many steps that it takes to get down this mountain. Luckily, you left very early in the morning because, again, this is a recruitment day. The monastery takes this day very seriously. So by the time you get down to the foot of the mountain, one, you're exhausted because most of your training has been spiritual training. Not much going up and down the stairs of the monastery.
And
you're
finance
exhausted.
Schemes.
And finance schemes, of course. It's a business school at the end of the day. But you do manage to make it to the Roguelike Tavern, though your feathers definitely stick to you, both in terms of the mist of the mountains and in terms of your own juices that have been excreted. Sweat juices, not the other juices. Don't look at me like that, Gabe. And you do arrive. You arrive, in fact, at the same time as this cowboy-looking guy that walks up alongside you, and as someone else, as we zoom out of that moment and go back in time a little bit to a quaint little coffee shop. I mean, we say quaint, but you can find them everywhere in Las Asimas, of course. I would say the name, but to say it, you know what I'm talking about. You already can picture the Aasimar, the high elf, holding the 2 cups in that green sigil. And we zoom in and we see getting the order incorrect, correct? We don't know yet. I guess that's something we'll find out right now. Genevieve, will you please introduce your character?
So you see a giant hulking tiefling barbarian, complete with abs of steel and just huge muscles everywhere, in a mini skirt and crop top, yelling at the barista, being like, "It's Tiffani! Why can't you get my name right? It's Tiffani!"
You see, in fact, can you give me an intimidation check on this?
Yeah. I don't remember how to do that. 1 second. Okay.
D20 and charisma modifier.
Great. Oh, intimidation is +6. Well, it was a 2, but +6 is an 8.
We're rolling so well.
So well, guys.
I wish it could only go up from here, but
you are imbued with the power of the legendary creature that is the Karen. Like the Kraken, but land-based, much smaller, and just kind of not as strong, but very much like emotionally annoying. And yet you see this barista has worked here for a very long time. This barista of, I think we're calling it Sitar Bix. Spelled S''Tahr. What is that again? What's that?
Like a hyphen?
That's
hyphen Beukx. Amazing. Okay.
That's merch right there. That's very good.
Wait, how do you can you spell that one more time for me?
Yeah, it's S''Tahr hyphen Beukx, which is most definitely far enough away where no one's gonna get mad at us.
No one would know.
No one would know.
How would they know?
And you see that this barista is over it, has been over it for a while. And in fact, this is the last straw. You see, without answering you, he takes the cup back, dumps it out, pulls off his apron, drops it on the floor, and walks out. And unfortunately, that was the only worker at the Starbucks this time. So you are now in an empty store.
That's fine. Can I go behind the counter?
Sure, it's an empty store. I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, and I just pour myself a drink and start drinking it behind the counter.
Okay, now real quick, give me a survival check.
1 second, I will do that.
One of these days, it's going to be a great roll. It's going to be a nat 20.
-1 is survival for me. So.
Amazing.
Ooh. 4?
Now,
consistency is
here we go.
Spice of life.
Out of our systems now, so that's
exactly. Of course. Unfortunately, you have never made a cup of coffee in your life. Of course, you come to Starbucks to get all your coffee. So it is tragically one of the worst things you've ever tasted. But as you're spitting out, you look up and see the now mid-morning sun, and you realize you're late. The Rumbles have called you, and you have to go.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. I haven't even had my caffeine, but whatever, I'll go.
How are you getting to the tavern?
I'm running really fast with my muscular legs in my heels.
Ooh, okay, amazing. You bolt to the Roguelike Tavern and arrive at approximately the same time as the 2 other people that we've talked about already, and a mysterious 4th individual. We zoom out of this time period and go back a couple minutes/hours, depending on how long this character takes to arrive at the Roguelike Tavern, and we see a trail as a giant bird zooms across the sky, lands on a tarmac, puts its wing down, and all of its passengers unload. And carrying the $3, 2 bags is Dani.
Aarensii. You see about a 6-foot-tall minotaur, and she's got her staff, and she looks ready to not be traveling anymore, or not be traveling like that, and she just starts heading towards the tavern.
Amazing. Can you give me just a roll to see how your flight was?
I'm kind of scared, honestly. I should have been. That was an 8.
You, unfortunately, there was a baby Hydra crying the entire flight, which was really tragic because you know that when Hydras cry, it's not just one high-pitched, voice. It is 7 high-pitched voice. And if you cut off the head of one, it's now 8, 9, 10. So people got mad enough to cut off the heads enough times where there were 12 different crying Hydra baby mouths on this flight. So good riddance. You are off it now. Your mind might be a little foggy because
I'm massaging my horns a little bit, like,
Yeah.
oh god, I hate everything about all of that. So bad.
But you book it. Don't even bother checking in at your Airbnb. You're booking it to the tavern. And you arrive there at the same time as these other 3 individuals. Can you believe it? How did that happen? Right? That's crazy. And you all arrive, and as you get to the door, you hear a loud crash inside and a fumble as if boxes are being toppled or what have you. And you hear a muffled from inside.
I walk towards the sound.
Yeah, it seems like we arrived just in the nick of time.
All right, you open the door and you see a very frazzled looking tiefling, small in stature, blue in skin, tiny little horns on his head. And you see him piled beneath a bunch of what looks like storage containers. As you enter, you step into this tavern, which some of you may have visited before. For some of you, it might be a brand new location, but it is a nice tavern, mood lighting, bar in the back, some tables and booths out, and then, of course, the stairway down into where the roguelike arenas would be created. But yeah, this tiefling is lying down on the floor, just in a daze. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. You see, he pushes all the boxes off of him and says, right, you're here. You're early. No, I'm late. Sorry. Hi. Hi. I Bug. Nice to meet you. You guys are you're the adventurers, the heroes, the participants of this Roguelike Rumble?
The not yet crowned champions, you could call us.
Okay. I like that. I love that energy. If only I could have come in my Roguelike Rumble with that energy, because that would have been sick, dude. No, I got knocked out my first time, and then my girlfriend broke up with me. But anyway, you came just in time because, I can't obviously... sorry, I am running the Rumbles this time. The sorcerers, they said I could because they said they felt bad for me. But I can't show you the arena yet, but it is my birthday today. So I wanted to kind of just get this whole place set up. So if you guys are, I know this isn't technically in your contract, but if you're willing to help out a little bit, I'd really appreciate it. And who knows, maybe if you guys do a good job, I'll throw in a little something extra for you when you get into the arena. Does that sound good?
Wait, it's your birthday. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I'm turning...
Did you get a free Starbucks drink?
No. Well, the thing is, I don't know if it's technically my birthday. My dad never kept track. So he never actually... I kind of just guessed one day, and I said, this is it. I said, this is the day. So that started about... But I believe I'm around 200 at this time, which is still pretty young, youngest of my brothers and sisters. But if you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so I have 4 things that I need to do, and you're 4 people, which is awesome. So I have some streamers to set up, some balloons to blow. So we need someone to ice the cake, and then someone has to wrangle the DJ, who should be around here somewhere. And you hear... as a parrot circles above the tavern, flies in through a window, and perches and says, that's the DJ. I haven't I don't, speak to animals or anything like that, and they notoriously hate me. So I just, if someone could wrangle him, it would be great. Now, we are going to go in the order of who is most tired to who is least tired, based on the rolls that you all did, based on the rolls that you all gave. So I believe first up to pick which activity they would like to do. So there's hanging up the streamers, blowing the balloons, icing the cake, and wrangling the DJ. So I believe that is Gabe, I think, had the highest.
Did I have the
12.
highest roll?
I think you had the highest with the 12. Yeah.
Not saying much. Good gracious.
You can pick one.
Good
You can pick one of
Lord.
those 4.
Well, I ain't much for menial labor, but my breath control is renowned, so I will be blowing up the balloons if you don't mind.
Of course. You walk on over to where Bug points over to the balloons, and you see that they are not the typical plastic affair. They are you pick them up, and they have this almost oily skin, as if it's not balloon. And you hear Bug goes, "Oh yeah, real bullywug skin to myself. I can't afford real balloons, so I made my own. I don't know how well they stretch, but give it your best shot." So these are going to be pretty difficult to blow.
Gross.
Would you please give me a Constitution check?
Oh, sure.
Or breath support.
Question. I do have a familiar,
Okay.
A small lizard who sits on my shoulder, named Destiny, so that when I arrive, Destiny arrives. Can he help me at all?
Yeah. How would this lizard help you, do you think?
He has lungs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're putting the balloon up to your lips, and then Destiny's crawling right underneath and
We
just adding.
put
that
our little
bit of
mouths
air.
right next to each other. Yeah, it's a bonding thing that we do.
Sure, I'll say you can get the help action from Destiny.
Thank you
That?
so much. All right. With Destiny, that makes it a 14.
A 14. Okay. You are pretty winded a little bit, but you go in, and you are renowned for your breath support. Of course, you are a performer at heart, and you aren't going to stop until these balloons are blown up. And it takes a little bit, but you hear the as the bullywug skin stretches and then eventually expands into balloons that you are able to tie off with the sinew and kind of just drape over, because obviously these don't float. These are very heavy and are blown with lizard and person breath. But you kind of drape them over. Bug seems to be perfectly satisfied with that. Amazing. Next up, so the balloons have been blown. Now I believe it is Shiffle. I think.
I put a winged hand on Bug's shoulder. I would be honored to ice the cake, if you will.
Of course. Bug rolls out this little cake from the kitchen and has a little pad of icing. How would you like to go about this? You can either give me a sleight of hand check to just see how dexterously you're able to ice this cake.
Okay.
Or you can give me an intelligence or charisma check, honestly, to see how smart you are with the icing, or how beautiful it looks with the charisma portion of it. So any of the 3.
It's going to be very much like a 90s martial arts Magic Kid movie. You know how it would be we're gonna do a chore, but it's gonna be with a lot of punches and kicks and stuff.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so we're gonna go for a sleight of hand, and wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, 18.
18, very nice.
Finally.
You pick up
About time.
you pick up the knife, you get a dollop on it, and then we zoom out, and we do the thing where you unsheath the sword really quickly, and then it goes black. The screen that we're all watching, of course, goes black and white as you are on this side of the cake, and then suddenly are on this side of the cake, and you see a cut through the screen, and then we zoom back in, and the cake is perfectly iced. Amazing job. Bug seems astounded at how dexterous you were able to ice that cake. Amazing.
turn to Bug and I say, "This isn't what I intended at all. I'm sorry. I can throw it away. We can start
No,
again."
no. Oh my gosh, no. I'm like horny in a weird way. You know, that was awesome.
Okay.
That was so cool. Do you want to be friends? Like after this, maybe?
I feel like we already are. Afterwards, come find me and let's talk essential oils and how you can sell these to your friends.
Right on, dude. And then next up, we are going to have, unfortunately, Genevieve with that 4 in survival. I think this one has to go to Dani next. So
The options are to wrangle the DJ or to what?
hang up the streamers.
I think I want to wrangle the DJ.
All right, how do you go about getting this parrot down from off this ledge?
Should attack this parrot.
You could?
That would be so mean. But I think I'm gonna attack the parrot.
Amazing. Tough love. Okay.
I don't want. I have something called a water whip, and I want to use that to catch it and pull it in.
Okay, sure. I'll say just give me an attack roll. I'll say give me an attack roll. The AC of this parrot is going to be low, but give me it with disadvantage because it is rather quick and it is a little bit far away.
Okay. Well, those were both 12s.
12s. I'll say, in my mind, I said, okay, AC 12. AC 12. They hit a 12. So amazing. It's not the cleanest of whips, all right? It kind of like, it catches the parrot and then you see it flies away for a little bit and you have to hold on a little bit. And it's kind of like fishing where you have to let out some slack of the whip and then pull it in a little bit and just tire this thing out. And eventually the parrot gets so tired that it falls limp into your arm, breathing a little heavily, and then cocks its head a little bit and plucks its way onto the bar and sits down at what you can see is a makeshift DJ booth that obviously is just a cardboard box with the words DJ written on it in really scraggly handwriting and 2 little turntables also drawn on it in Sharpie. And as the parrot sits down, it starts to, it goes, it's yesterday once more. Pitch perfect. It is amazing singer. It is amazing. Amazing. And last but not least, with the streamers, we have, how do you go about doing this?
Do I have to? Like, I haven't had my caffeine yet.
I guess you don't have to. If you don't want to,
you
I mean,
do it yourself. Like,
yeah, it's a bit tall for me to reach. Honestly, you are pretty tall, so
yeah, like I know. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll do it. Just like, can you like get off my back?
Oh, I am nowhere near it. I'm off. I'm off.
All right, whatever. So I guess I just like I grab the streamer and I'm not quite tall enough for the ceiling. So I stand up on a chair. I'm guessing, I don't know, can the chair hold my weight?
I'll say the chair can hold your weight. Why don't you just give me, just for fun, just give me a little acrobatics check.
Okay, cool.
That's
Not
the face
good.
of a nat one.
I
That's
found that. Yeah, that was a 3 with my +1. So
You see, as you get onto this chair, you quickly ask, can this chair hold my weight? And are quickly answered very soundly by the chair itself saying, no. And it cracks underneath you and you fall to the floor and Bug rushes up and says, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't want you to get injured before the rumble. I'll do it. Don't worry. I honestly...
that wasn't my fault.
No, of course not. Yeah, it's totally fine. Thank you all so much for like helping or trying to help, I guess. If as a little reward, there's something we do on all the birthdays in the I-10 Hells that I always do, which is I have this, and he pulls out about the yay big horse that is decorated in confetti that you see he lets go of, and it suddenly hovers and it stays in the air. And he says, well, this is what we call a piñete. And usually we like attack it on our birthday and like break it. Unfortunately, because of all the wild magic that's happened, I stored this one here overnight, and then it became sentient. And it is, and you see as the horse spins towards you. It is just a paper horse, but you see it looks at you all and says, kill me, please, kill me, put me out of my misery, please. And Bug goes, yeah, so I think maybe we just like get on with it, and really he's been really harking on me all day. It's just bad luck to do it on your own, right? So if maybe everyone wants to just like give it one quick whack to try and see if we can explode this guy, maybe that would be cool. Sound good?
That sounds like that would be the best thing to do in this this situation.
And we're just going to real quick go through the initiative that we just had. In terms of, this is just a chance to like show the other players your stuff a little bit, you know? Give it a quick whack or spell, whatever you want, just to prove your worth, prove why you should be here, you know? So, Teague, we'll start with you.
Teague, seeing the opportunity for some kind of a performance here, will do what he always does. Ignore my dog scratching at the door. Will do what he always does when performing, which is switch over to rhyming couplet. As he goes, listen, friend, I don't know you or your business, but if death's what you want, I can fulfill those wishes. And he will take the whip that is on his hip and give a swift crack, aiming right at the paper horse's face.
All right, give me an attack roll.
That is a 23 to hit.
That definitely
There we
hits.
go.
There we go.
You see the horse closes his eyes almost as like a resigned thank you. And you leave a big gash in it, though it is still standing. You see the horse opens its eyes, looks at the gash, and says, more, please, more. And next up is going to be Shiffle.
I lay a hand on this horse's face, and as I'm staring into its eyes, and I want so badly to take away your pain, and I accidentally spend a key point, and I'm gonna actually deal Hand of Healing, and I'm gonna restore 1d6 plus 2.
You see the stitches of paper like stitched back together, and the horse goes, no, what are you doing? What are you doing?
That's gonna be a total great. We got a high roll. This is gonna be a total of 8 points that I return.
Okay, perfect. I forgot to say, yeah, Gabe, if you want to roll for damage to see how much damage.
I did 10 damage to it.
So you see, there's still a little bit of a scar there, but the horse looks very frustrated.
Oh no! Oh my
Get away from me! Get away from me!
My friend, I'm so sorry.
The horse looks pleadingly over in your direction, Aarensii.
I'm just gonna look at them and I'm just gonna go up and punch it twice.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
That is a 19 plus. That is a 26.
Yeah,
and that is a 25.
Ooh, you punch it twice. Okay, how much damage? Is this an unarmed strike or using a weapon, or?
I'm just unarmed strike.
Or it's just unarmed striking it. Okay, gotcha.
So I hit it twice. Not counting that.
All distinct.
Oh, I did it twice. 18 points of damage.
Whoa.
18 points of damage. An indent is left in both sides of this horse to the point where it's like basically like an hourglass shape right now.
Oh no, I made it creepier.
Yeah, it says thank you. One more hit should finish me off, please. Tiffani, you're up. You're muted.
Okay, I'm looking at my D&D Beyond, and I think I forgot to add weapons, so I'll do it later. But for now, I guess I will be squeezing it with my hands.
Just choking the life out of it.
Yeah. So
we're going for a slow approach.
Pissed. You know what? I'm so mad after the lack of coffee and after falling off the chair. I'm also going to use a bonus action to enter a rage.
Okay, amazing.
Really squeeze the shit out of this thing. I'm not really sure what that does. So I gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Yeah, I'll say since this isn't really an attack, you have this thing in a grapple. Just give me a strength check,
Okay.
and we'll say that that's like the damage you do.
Okay. Where's my strength? Oh, there it is. Okay. Mother.
You have
Okay,
advantage.
So I rolled a 4. I have +5 for strength, and I have an
That
advantage.
advantage, right?
You have advantage.
2, so it's still gonna be an 11.
Okay. Luckily, with all the damage that was done right before you, you see the paper sheds off of this cardboard skeletal frame, and you see the horse head rips off, and a wayward soul kind of just floats out of here. Thank you.
Yeah.
This day is shaping up to be something exotic. Never met me a horse who likes autoerotic.
Oh, I like this guy.
Get ready
Okay,
for so
we're
much of
going
this
in.
shit, team. Get ready for only this the whole night.
And get ready for so much more when we continue this battle in the flesh at the Roguelike Tavern next Wednesday, April 26th. Be there or be square. Let's see which one of these brave heroes, brave adventurers, will come out on top as champion. Thank you very much, y'all. Thank you very much.